Most men think that what destroys their chances with a woman is a lack of looks, money, or charm. But that's rarely the case. What actually ruins it, what leaves a man with regret so deep it echoes for years, is something far more subtle and far more common. It's not what you said to her. It's not the date you planned. It's not even the fact that she walked away. It's what you did after she left. There's a quiet, desperate moment most men face when they feel her slipping away. She becomes distant, stops replying as fast. Suddenly she's too busy, too tired, or just not in the right headspace. And in that moment, something inside you tells you to fix it, right now. Call her, apologize, text her more, make her see your worth. Remind her you're a good man. But that moment, that emotional reflex, is where most men fall. Not because they're weak, but because they were never taught what real strength looks like in the face of emotional withdrawal. This video is not about surface-level dating tricks or how to win her back. It's a deeper kind of mistake, one you have to avoid if you want a woman to respect you, desire you, and remain loyal. If you get this wrong, the regret won't just sting. It will shape how women treat you for the rest of your life. Let's talk about the one thing you should never do with a woman. Never beg a woman who leaves you, ghosts you, or emotionally withdraws. Don't chase after her. Don't pour your heart out in paragraphs. Avoid trying to pull her back with long emotional talks or late-night attempts to explain yourself. Because once a woman senses that you're fighting to keep her after she's pulled away, you lose more than her attention. You lose her respect. And once respect is gone, everything else follows. Let's frame it this way. Imagine a man standing in the rain, soaked and trembling, texting a woman who hasn't replied in days. He's telling her how much he misses her, how he'll do better, how he's sorry if he ever made her feel unimportant. She reads the message. She might even feel pity. But desire? Gone. Women are biologically tuned to seek strength in a partner, not just physical, but emotional. The moment you start convincing her to stay, you subtly tell her, "I don't believe I'm valuable enough on my own. So let me explain why you shouldn't leave." You place your value in her hands. And from that point, she's no longer your partner, she's your judge. Stoicism teaches us to accept reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. If she pulls away, if she loses interest, let her go. Not to prove a point, not to play games, but because you respect yourself enough to walk away. You don't cling to someone who doesn't want to be there. Because the moment you do, you hand her the frame, and she sees you as smaller than she remembered. Let me give you a scenario to bring this home. A man is dating a woman who, for months, was warm and affectionate. But suddenly, things shift. She stops initiating texts. She becomes emotionally distant. Instead of observing, the man panics. He texts more. He asks what's wrong. He brings her gifts. He even sends long messages at 2 a.m. explaining how much he cares. From her side, she feels the shift. She sees that he's no longer grounded in himself. He's orbiting her approval. And without realizing it, she disconnects even more. Here's the truth. If a woman wants to walk away, let her. Not because you're cold, not because you don't feel anything, but because her departure is not a threat, it's information. She's showing you who she is and where she stands. The Stoic man listens without panic. He doesn't chase closure. He doesn't write love letters to someone who's emotionally absent. He accepts. This doesn't mean you shut down emotionally. It's choosing your self-worth over the urge to explain yourself. Let's say you get ghosted after a few amazing dates. She was laughing, texting you every day, even said she could see a future. Then, silence. You feel confused. You want answers. You want to ask, what happened? Was it something I said? But here's the thing. If she cared enough to build something with you, she would respect you enough to communicate. And if she didn't, then chasing after her just confirms her choice to disappear. Ghosting is not confusion. It's clarity in disguise. And any response you give to it, unless it's silence, is giving energy to disrespect. So what should you do instead? You move with quiet discipline. You feel the pain, but you don't broadcast it. You return back to your goals, vision, and your well-being. Not to get her back, but because your life was never built around her to begin with. When a woman pulls away, many men push harder emotionally, hoping it'll bring her closer. But women don't respond to pressure. They respond to presence. The strongest response to a woman who pulls away is space. Let her feel your absence. Let her realize that you are not waiting around to be chosen. Let her wonder what kind of man walks away with silence and purpose instead of desperation. That mystery is what reignites respect. Not texts, not validation, not begging. Let's go deeper for a second. Some men confuse silence with punishment. But Stoic silence is not revenge. It's self-respect. You're not trying to make her miss you. You're simply not allowing yourself to chase someone who doesn't value you in the moment. Women have emotional radar. If you're pulling back just to get a reaction, they feel that. But if you're genuinely done chasing and grounded in yourself, that energy is unmistakable. And here's the twist. When you truly walk away, not out of anger, but from self-worth, some women come back. Not always, but sometimes. But by then, you'll be different. Not bitter, not cold, just clear. You'll see her not as someone to chase, but as someone to evaluate. Does she align with your peace? Does she respect your time? Does she reciprocate energy? Because once you've seen yourself remain calm in the face of abandonment, you unlock something most men never find. Power. Not over women, but over your emotions. And that's the kind of man women can't forget. Not because he begged, not because he performed, but because he was the one man who didn't lose himself in trying to keep someone else. So if there is nothing you learn from this video, know this. Never beg for what's already drifting away. Never try to reignite something that's choosing to go cold. Never place your self-worth in the hands of someone who's still deciding if you're enough. Let her leave. Let her wonder. Let her face your absence. And you return to yourself. Because no woman is worth losing your center for. Not the one who ghosted, not the one who suddenly became confused, and certainly not the one who watched you fight for her while she stayed silent. You are not here to beg for love. You are here to become the kind of man who never needs to. If you learned something today, tap that like button and subscribe to the channel for more grounded contents like this.